Check, 1, 2. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, why is that all weird? You prepare for everything and already. Check 1. Hello, hello. Let's see if everyone can hear me. I can hear me breathing, which is not great. Nobody likes that. It's going to be a fun one today, folks. Yeah, I can hear myself. Awesome. Don't ever need to do that again. So right now, I'm sitting at the new, I kind of put the command center in the actual dimming room this time. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to fix that. And I think that might have fixed the framing. I've got some fun things to kind of do and to go over. There we go. I can see it. Big new installation here with the computer. I'll show later. I also have a really fun sort of a dash cam that you could fully see the dimming room, which I will do my best to source and figure out here. So we're going to go back to this weird framing. I don't know why it does that. Yeah, interesting. So back to the weird framing, and I'm going to get this guy sorted. Hopefully my mic is loud enough, because I also had to sort that shit. There we go. Ah. We're going to be all around the dimming room today, because I am trying to not only sell the record, but raise funds for a last-minute trip that I am having to make. Gas money, you know, staying somewhere, all that good stuff, because my plans radically changed. And once I get this here, come on. I swear, it's the Keats curse, and we're going to break it today. Everything's going to work fine. Everything's gonna... It's already giving me shit. Alright. I'm trying to get you the better camera here. Let's see. Here's that. There we go. No. And there we go. Oh, come on. Why does this happen? As you can see, I'm out of sorts, and thought I'd mess around in the dimming room, show you some new stuff, talk about the record, how I produced the record, and you know, maybe do some live music. We'll do some projection and some fun stuff. But I did want to get this main camera here sorted real quick. Oh, here, I want to do this real fast. I love it. I go live and it just goofs. But I can do this for now. Flip this way, so you can kind of see me, what I'm doing. This is, oh, here it goes. This is going to be a fun one. I don't know why OBS does this. If anybody knows why when you go into studio mode, OBS changes the video framing, that would be great to know. And what I'm trying to do here is work with this dash cam so you can see a fisheye view. Come on. There it is. Boom. And we do this. Properties. Deactivate, activate. Don't you love it? There was a moment where I had a brand new laptop, so that was fun. Not anymore. We're going to activate here. I don't know why it's not doing it now. Let's see. OBS. Yeah, and then I just lose it. It's so weird. Let's see if it clicks on here. Nope. Didn't do it. All right. Well, I also have the Droid Cam situation, which if you saw the CW stream, which is now, the audio's a bit fixed. CW's mic is raised because I'm an idiot. I had the worst week probably in my professional life last week in New York City on a job that I thought was something completely different than it was, and it ended up being an incredibly unsafe, disastrous sort of construction job in Manhattan, which is not at all what I signed up for. But the highlight was getting CW, meeting CW, and I was out of sorts, so of course, you know, his mic wasn't on, and I had to go in and fix it and compress it and all that. So it's better. It's for patrons. If you're a member at all of the PRAGMAGICK Patreon, you can view that in full, even if you're not paying anything, as my goof fix. And let's see. It's so weird that this thing just decides not to do it anymore. Yeah. It's okay. We can push on. It's going to be a lot of that today, I'm sure, as I work out the kinks of the new dimming room. Oh yeah, this guy just turned off. Let's try this droid thing. So, the other option, I'll bring you over to the corner where I have my MPC and largely where the new album was made and how I do it using the 4-track and MPC and all that. First, let me check the chat. Hey, Johnny boy, good to see you. Yes, hear you fine. How was NYC and meeting the man, the myth, the one and the only CW Chanter? Yeah, it was great. He was great. It ended on kind of a sour note because not only was I physically fucked up from this job, like sincerely, but I was made to unload stainless steel beams with my bare hands and freezing temperatures, and it fucked up my hands, and that was like day one. But at the end of the CW stream, when I realized I didn't have his mic on, I was totally hard on myself. And, you know, I broke down. It was just the worst experience, alone in a hotel room somewhere in Manhattan during freezing temperatures, you know, having to see through this job that I felt like I was hosed into doing, and just wanting to get back home. And yeah, it was really hard on myself. But meeting CW was great, and I will publicly put that out at some point, which will be soon, hopefully this week. The good news is I was able to bounce back and nab some freelancing in Seattle. The bad news is all of my petty cash, all of my liquid, was used for this NYC trip that I'm supposed to be reimbursed with. And I won't be now reimbursed for who knows when they make it right and pay me my last, you know, my paycheck. So that's why I'm doing this. If you are watching this and want to purchase the new unreleased album to support me, help me get back on my feet through this really weird, chaotic, you know, thing. I don't ever ask for donations. I will always give you something in return. With that, I have this new album. I have just plenty of projects you would be supporting as well. Not only WeTheHallowed.org, but PRAGMAGICK and, you know, the music and all of that. So I am taking and asking for donations, or I guess we'll say album donations, so that folks can support my emergency trip that I'm needing to take now, which wasn't in the cards. So that's where we're at. I am going to switch to this now. You should be seeing this guy. Here's the Droid Cam, and it's square glory. And I can show you the new setup here. Let's do back. So I moved all this into the dimming room just to make it easier. Originally we had all this in the next room as like a control room, but it just got to be untenable as far as like having to frequently, you know, do things in two separate rooms. So we're trying this out to basically have this be a full-on, just kind of all-in-one room and magical space. This is the corner of which I produced a lot of the album. But there you go. I can also change the resolution of this, but it might be safer to keep it here. Jonaside says, my laptop stopped charging, the plug got hit. That sucks. Don't you love being completely at the mercy of planned obsolescence and technological junk? But yeah. So my other idea was, yeah, we have this here. I could, in a sense, hoist this. You can hear me, and what we'll do is we'll do a quick test of what, look at that. You can kind of see it. Yeah, the MPC and the 4-track. And so for this record, instead of using my big DAW or digital audio workstation, you know, how most studios do it these days is through a, you know, program such as Pro Tools or Ableton. I decided to work with this as my DAW and using my 4-track as my mic preamps and my inputs. So everything you hear on the new album was kind of fed through cassette and the machinery here into this. And the, what do you call it? The MPC really turned out to be perfect for me, because it wasn't as limited as the 4-track, but it wasn't as unlimited as recording with the computer. And I got to work with my hands and be tactile. So right now, this is kind of my golden grail of like production. Let me play something, and Jonathan, let me know if you can hear this. This was something I've just been working on, completely unreleased, an old demo that I'm kind of cutting up and doing some new stuff with. A little crunchy. Yeah, Jonathan, let me know if you could hear that. You should be able to. I'm kind of feeding it through OBS. But this started as just this weird little loop here. This guy. It's on mute too. Let's see. There it is. See, that was recorded during a dim session. And watch, let me go switch cameras now. I don't know why it's not cropping correctly, which is weird. That's why it's coming off of the page. I was also going to work on some whatchamacallits. Let's do this. There you go. Now you can see what I was meaning to frame. Let me in the preview box. And hopefully you can hear. Let me make sure I can hear the audio you guys should be hearing. Da, 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 da. First I need to find, there it is. Yeah, there we go. Can mess with some. Let's see. Nope, you shouldn't hear any audio now, huh? Yeah, cool. Let's go back. Let's see, I also have this drum. Cool, cool. So that was just something I'd been working on recently, but let's go ahead and get to the good stuff. Some of the new stuff. I'll go should see how many files and folders I have. Oh yeah, let's work on this guy. Do some live drums on it. Let's see. Yeah. Oof. Sounds bad. Turn this mic off real quick. Check. See, now I've got just one mic because we're just goofing off. I'm not trying to really record anything. Normally I do 3 or so in this 4-track, you know, pre-mix And then I actually have it right now going through this little vocal effects thing just for some reverb, and that's why it sounds all crazy. And this is how I, really made the last album. I didn't even touch a computer until the mastering part came around. And actually, let me jump back to this. There we go. And just to show, hopefully everyone can still hear me. Hopefully Jonacide or whoever still has the patience. So you can see I just tracked this straight from my 4-track. Not putting it to tape. A lot of the times what I'll do too is I'll actually record as well to tape. The timing will be off. So it's fun to like pitch bend it and match it. But right now this is just what I recorded. And actually have it going through this little Roland. Not quite on time, but that was really just to showcase how this album was going. And that's one of the songs that I was messing with. Let's get back. Getting Sorcerer's homie Elena her gradation tarot. This is what she printed out, and this is like the actual Sephiroth tarot map that I have in here. And that's what the camera, this old 1960s security camera from RCA was picking up and being projected back there. Putting into stuff. Let's see. That's more like it. I'm also cutting it with the Blu-ray. You can see the Blu-ray logo. I can hear it going off. Where is that? Oh man, I keep hitting the eject button. This is going. Oh, I know why I had this unplugged. Alright, now this should be working. Yeah! Okay. There's my background. Alright, so there's my background. And I'll go ahead and show. What I'm doing over here. Alright, so this is the Videomancy setup. Mainly my sources, this is the guy that's going into the projector up here. And mainly I've got this RCA. This is the old 60s security cam that I'm routing into a dirty video mixer and mixing it with this Blu-ray player, which is playing some video nasties. And I have that signal, so I can turn this and you'll see it, yeah, get real glitched out, dirty mixing those. And then that nice color background of the RevelRosz stuff is coming from this old MacBook that I'm using VDMX also into this, and can hard mix that way. But what it should be showing right now is, there we go, that. And that is what the VDMX is doing. And then I just go in here and I can even digitally mess with things like, let's do a glitch, shifter, randomize zoom, do that, vertical amount like that. And that's what, that signal right there is what's being thrown into that. And that's how I get these really beautiful kaleidoscopes of things. And so I figure we can get some cool visuals at least today. You can see how I do it with the Videomancy. If I'm not tracking in the dimming room, then this is how I'm making some video art. That I'd like to create some new projection images and mixing, live mixing, to bring up to the attic to do some more acoustic stuff later. But you can see the dim zoom logo in there. But let's go back to this. All right. Nope. Everything's so finicky. All right, that's good enough. And I figure we could play, I can play you some mixes of the new album. We can listen to them. I'll show you how I did them on the MPC here. And then, you know, we'll go from there. But, yeah. And hopefully, anyone who's just joining, again, I am just raising money for a last-minute emergency work trip I need to take to get back on my feet after being hosed by another job that took me to New York and spent all my money to be reimbursed at a later point. So I am raising some funds. If you like the new record or you like what you hear and want to pitch in, I will send you the record and a bunch of goodies for whatever donation, big or small, as a big thank you, and other fun things. Let's do auto color tone, yeah. And I'll mix this more so it's not so white. What about green? Let's try blue. Let's do, yeah, that's neat. Okay. Let's see. Back, went from the car into the house. Nice. Let me know if you can hear everything okay, Jonaside, and like if the mic is working, if the audio. I think the big thing for me is just making sure the audio from the MPC is working okay, and you know, it's not too much of a loss. We're just hanging out today, raising some funds, selling some music. In which case, let me bring in Centennial. And we'll play around with that. This is the file. Percussive instruments all over the place. I'm going to take my mic off, my hoodie off. It's too hot. See if that works okay. Mary got me this amazing Daniel Johnston shirt, and I haven't taken it off since she bought it, so I probably stink to high heaven. It's going to be hard. Everything is cool, Jonaside says. I love it. Let's go back to studio mode, and let's see if this dimming wide thing worked. I'm not going to mess with this too much. But it is cool once I get this cam sorted, because it's, you can see the dimming room like a fisheye. Let's see if this does it. Yep. And, yep. Boom. Okay, where are you? It's just not there. Alright, that's fine. We'll keep messing with that. How's the focus on it? Oh, and because I have it in studio mode, that'll frame it up better. Okay. All right. This is the first song on the new album. It's called Centennial. Actually, let me make sure it's the right version. I got it here. Centennial Big Boom. Should be it. That's actually a tape loop, an Audiomancy ritual ribbon, played through this nutsoid contraption I have over here that I'll show later. see everyone's gone instantaneous. So yeah, that's the first song. You can hear Mary's awesome sax in it. Which, let's see. That was recorded in Seattle. I love this. Make it not a unicorn can run and hide what the coming storm will find you out. But yeah, all recorded on this thing. I feel like I cheated the system. Normally with NPCs, you know, they're for like hip hop producers. Let's see. There's the suitcase. So I feel like I've cheated a little bit. So sitting over here. By using this as a DAW, pretty much. These are my preamps. Everything analog going into here, cassette, saturated into that. And that's how I get those guitar tones that are pretty neat. That's my Yamaha, straight into this, with a room mic as well. But yeah. So yeah, that's about the business. And then if you see, I have just an insane amount of files. There was one song I wanted to go over. I'm thinking about adding to the master. I'll add it to whoever donates. I'll give all of the material, even the material that I was going to put on the 30p. I'll give you where it's at now. Like I have... Let's see, I believe, is it in here? They're going to be all over the place. Yeah, Changeling Blues. Let's search for it. Wassa Wassa. Nothing in there. All right. Oh. Yep, where are you going? Oh, it's Wassa. Duh. And Wassa is this Islamic term for, you know, the devil in your ear, basically. I wonder if I called it something. Here. Go algol. Could have called it something else. Let's see. Only I survive. Oh yeah. Let's hear this one. This one is still waiting for me to record with Mary for the third one, but this one's almost there. Oh, you're right. Was I really low too? Check. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. That's me loud. Check 1, 2, 2, 2. Wow. I love it. So many issues. Hear you now. Cool. Thank you for that. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Why that's doing it. Let's see. I'm going to go grab the stand for this. We'll put that here. Oh, look at that. It's trying. It's my new, this is my backup projector. Working with old tech, because it's so cheap, you might as well have it back. Alright. There it is. This is my smaller projector. Weird, Jonacide. So I wonder how much of that song you could actually hear of the last one. Hopefully enough. We'll go ahead and bring up. Dim hum, disappear. Let's see. Let's do this guy. Again, I'm raising donations. I'm selling this album. It's unreleased. I'm not sure what to do with it yet because it's got so much going on. I want to give it its due and not just throw it into the wind. Wow. So this is... But yeah, I have to get to Seattle tomorrow for a few days and then go back to Seattle for a few more days. So I need some gas money and whatnot. So selling the album, raising funds, messing around with Dimming Room Videomancy, and going over the songs. Look how small that is, though. Let's see if we can fix that. Let's do picture. So we're going to fix that. Aspect ratio. No, native is too small. There we go. That's much better. It's still tiny. There we are. All right. Let's do that. It's not as neat because it's not my good projector, but hey. We'll take it. How's everything now? Can hear you now. Cool. I wish I could get rid of that. Let's try to get rid of that white. Because it is too white. Let's see, color adjustment, color controls. We're going to do color. Difference. We'll go to, let's get out of there. Oh my goodness, I keep hitting this eject button on the Blu-ray. Let's see, we're going to color controls. Boom, 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 boom. Stop being so damn. Let's see if we can invert. Color invert. Will that do it? No. There, that's less. Okay. And we'll turn that off. We'll mix, there's the extra weird guy. We'll hit play on that. Let's see where that's at. Cool. Oh, can even point it at the screen. Look at that. Oh, mix, yeah. Could also throw in my VHS player. This is my VHS camcorder, which I think I have some fun like volcano footage I can put on it. Mix that straight in as like an extra camera, which I will. Let me not bore you with just my talking. Here's another song. I have no idea what it is. There you go. There. Alright, we're gonna do... Oh yeah. Okay, this one's already in. Let's see. There we go. Let's see about camera. Cool, that's the extra camera. Oh. There's the static from the VHS player in pink. Cut with this. Alright, what video should we put in there? Let's put in Batman. Classic 1989 VHS Batman. Jet. And of course my computer just quit. So what we'll do is we'll change that into that. There's Wayne Banner. Alright. I remember remember this commercial. I used to watch this tape all the time. This counts as transformative work, right? I think so. But I used to watch religiously this, not this exact tape, but this print of Batman 1989. I remember the Pepsi or the Diet Coke commercial with Alfred, the Looney Tunes stuff. It's insane how well I know this. Now we're gonna fuck with it. Ooh, with the title sequence. Let me think of a good song for the title sequence. Come on, come on, come on, come on. All right. So this is from the first Algol EP. God damn it. There we go. Is that too loud? Oh yeah, Jesus. Sorry about that, everyone. Man, I do not have a good idea of the volume. Please let me know if it's too loud. It sounds terrible too. Let's just stop that, and we'll go to this. bring this here. I am going to quit fucking with so much stuff. And I'm going to settle down. Let's see. This is going to be background. Okay, check 1 2 2, check 1 2, check 1 2 2. Let's go back to let's do this. Check 1 2. All right. I am stopping with the MPC music. We'll just have this droid cam thing, even though it looks like shit, be our camera, and we'll finish whatever the hell this thing is. Thank you for those of you showing up. I'm just goofing around in the dimming room, messing with live video manipulation. Right now, I'm splicing in a Batman 1989 VHS with a security camera from the 1960s. That footage, which I can show you more of because it's coming through, and also some video nasties. And I am playing just some mixes from the MPC. It probably sounded like shit because I've got a bunch of different things running. The album sounds much better. Great even, I would say. And that's what I'm selling today, trying to raise some extra moolah. If you want an album, are interested in purchasing an album and getting the goodies and the rarities that come with it and helping support all of this artistry, ways to do that is at the bottom here of the OBS or the stream. I never wear t-shirts. This is crazy. Let me try to fix this here. Here, I'm going to set this here so it's not right on me. Maybe that'll be better. Check 1 2 2 2. Check 1 2 2. Everything's falling apart. Life has been hectic. Life has been stupid. I tried to join a company that I think was really desperate for extra hands, and so they kind of misled me as to what the job was actually going to be. And I found out the hard way, kind of in New York City, doing said job. And so now I am trying to raise some money to get back to my freelancing, which is starting again, thankfully, but in Seattle. And so that's what I'll be doing for the foreseeable future. I can at least fix this. Let's see. Hopefully everything's now sounding okay. I don't have any crazy music going. A little low, turn it up a tad. You got it. Thank you for telling me. Let's see. Yeah, this is me trying not to... Let me actually plug in a lapel mic and see if that'll work. Because it's hot as balls and I don't want to clip this to the collar of my shirt. I'm going to remove this guy. Forgive me. Give me 1 second. I'm going to turn this off. Check 1 2. How's that? Is that better? Is that too loud? Too scratchy? Too cruddy? Let me know. Check 1 2 2. Should be much better. But yeah, we're just hanging out. Oh, and my headphone wire, of course, is going to be clipping on it. I didn't really have a plan for this, you know. This is kind of like a marathon. Not a marathon. I don't want to be here all night, but, you know, I am trying to... cool. Thank you, Genocide. Trying to raise some funds and sell this record. Also, if anybody knows what the fuck to do with an album that isn't just releasing it on Bandcamp, you know, let me know, because I'm really proud of this album. It was supposed to be an EP, and it grew. And maybe check your pal pay. Oh, thanks, buddy. Will do. I'll have to do that when I switch back to this camera, which I'm going to do right now. I'm bummed that this, I have this, this whole, whatchamacallit, dash cam that was working perfectly, of course, until I went to stream. And it's really neat because you see a fisheye view of everything. So let's do this. Let's see what this looks like. Revel, nope. I'm going to take this camera out of its harness. But hopefully everyone's doing well. And thanks for hanging with me as I dick around the new setup. I'm always experimenting, always trying things, you know, always trying to refine and do cool stuff within this room. So it takes a lot of grumpy exercise to get somewhere where you want to be within everything, but I feel like it's getting there. Hey, you know what? I think this is good enough. We'll do this. Oh, it does that thing again. There, we'll do that. Okay. So I can take this phone off. Excuse. Are you sure? Yes. We'll do the Droid cam at another time. So yeah, what you're seeing is my nice camera, which this new setup, I don't have like ample space to put it where I'd want, so it's kind of here. Aw, love you too, John. Johnny boy, thank you so much for the $20, man. That means a lot. I will be sending you some awesome stuff here tonight. Let's see. Sorry, I just got to add something here. Oh, I'll have to do that later. Let's see. Cool. Thank you so much, Johnny boy. Appreciate you, buddy. That'll get me halfway to Seattle. It's about a full tank of gas, and the ramshackler, yeah, I guess it's about, what, $60 actually, maybe for a full tank. So it takes about a full tank to get to Seattle. So that's a freaking third of the way there. You're awesome. I really appreciate you. Yeah, wow, I really hate how everything is being framed. I got back from New York just the other night. Barely made it out. I was it's like really sick. I was physically ill. I was all fucked up. And yeah, so I didn't really have much of a plan here other than, hey, I'll see if I can just, like, you know, have a stream, do a little fundraiser, we'll mess about, check some things out. Let me see about doing, God, I wish I had another camera to easily switch to. But there you go. Yeah, thanks again, Johnny boy. I can show you this. Here, let's do this. We'll go to studio mode. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I'm going to share my screen. We're going to add a cancel. We'll do this. Boo, boo, boo. Okay, we'll do a window capture. Doo-doo in Vaughn's hoo-hoo. Ah, yes. Attack from beyond. Isn't Trump's economy the best right now? Who needs a fundraiser? Yeah, amen. Fucking. Never felt more at odds with, that's not true. I've been way more down and out. But I've never legitimately tried as hard as I have to be on the up and up, and have been punched in the gut at every turn. So let's do this. Just getting some windows together. But yeah, I also kind of was taken for a ride, joining this other company that I worked for 3 weeks at. I was always going to freelance on at the same time, but you know, they had me going to New York, which I'm glad I went to because I was able to meet C.W. Chanter, and I was also able to walk the corner that my grandmother grew up on in Brooklyn the day of her headstone unveiling in LA. So that was really kismet. All winning. Yeah. Feeling great. Doesn't it feel good to win so hard? Isn't it your favorite? But I wanted to show this. Let's do this. Boom. Okay. So right here is kind of the album. It's sitting in limbo. I haven't published it yet. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with it. Let me know if my audio is clipping, because the monitor says I'm clipping, but I can't trust anything. I've got to figure this all out. But here it is on Bandcamp. This is not the right album art or anything, but this is the album, and it's ready to go. I actually need to update some of them because I've further what do you call it? Mastered. I've tweaked it further, and it's gotten even better. Just more akin to what I was going for, but very close. There you go. It's a better view. And so, yeah, it's for the first time in my life, I finished something, and instead of being so excited to get rid of it or to move on, I wanted to give it its proper release or something. I don't know. You know, you put out 20 of these things over the years. It's like chasing a dragon. It always felt good to finish, and I always look forward to that resolve. But this one is different because it's not just something experimental. This one has some imprinted, you know, eras of self in it. As a, you know, akin to Hauntomancy, this magical practice that I've been working on, and it's been like, so it's mired in tunes and, you know, fragments and all sorts of things that are deeply riddled with intrinsic value, and it didn't feel good just to release and move on to the next one. So I'm kind of sitting on it and don't know. Doo-doo in Vaughn's hoo-hoo says, somehow people think supporting art is communist. I know, isn't that fucking ridiculous? And you're not the first one I know who gets taken advantage of. Oh, and please don't allow me to quickly say that I am very lucky. I am nowhere near, you know, where I've been or the dregs of which I have touched in the past, and there are far more deserving people of which deserve probably, you know, your extra income. You know, I just want to, I need extra funds, and so what I have to offer is art, and that's what I'm hoping to do, is to give something, you know, for a donation, but it's not at the point where it's so desperate that I, you know, I don't want to I don't want to cut in line at the triage for folks that are sincerely in more dire straits than I am. I'm exceedingly lucky. This is really just kind of a last minute idea on maybe, you know, an ability to raise some extra money that's needed from me. That said, if I don't, you know, there are ways I can make this work, and I appreciate anyone, you know, doing so. Remember, libraries were socialist, Genocide said. That's correct. That is very correct. So yeah, this is the album. I am sweating. If you have any interest in buying one, ways to do that are at the bottom of the screen. Put in the notes if you send me a Venmo or whatever, you know, that you're going for the album. You'll get this whole the EP that was supposed to be a concept EP that was only supposed to be, you know, 3 songs is now growing, and I have some extra songs to throw in there, and music videos and all sorts of videomancy to come, like you're seeing behind me, which is Batman VHS dirty mixed with some other things of mine and projected on my backup projector because my main projector overheated. Says, it's still infuriating to hear another indie artist falling for a dipshit. Another indie artist falling for a dipshit. Oh, you mean like an Ariel Pink situation? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. It's always a bummer when people put themselves behind personalities and cults of personality that are so antithetical to who they are or have any care as to what they're about, and it's almost as a means to be antithetical and contrarian that has a lot of actual fucked up weight and resonance beyond it. I'm not sure if that's what you're meaning, but that's the first thing that comes to mind when I hear about indie artists falling for you know, the Trumpian situation. But I digress. What do I know? I'm just a guy that does a bunch of fucking weird art myself and is trying to make it through the world, you know. Write a lot on WeTheHallowed.org or Substack, make a lot of music, and, you know, just trying to survive, just trying to keep going. Oh, yet the fact they won't even reimburse you, homie, the fuck. So they're supposed to reimburse me, but that's not going to be for a while. Yeah. So I'm not sure when that's going to happen, but it's not when I need it. Let's see, what else? But yeah, not my favorite. I think what I'm going to use for the album art is this outtake Polaroid. outtake from the old Aspector sessions. That's Mary in the ritual mask. It looks so creepy, but I really like it. So that's the going album art right now. Let me see. We can play something so you can hear it. And then maybe I'll take a little breather. We'll play a track or two. I'll use the restroom real quick and come back on, and we'll keep shooting the shit. I'm telling this story. I've seen it many times. I don't know why people think artists, even freelance, is not work. Just some hippie hobby that doesn't deserve respect. Hey, I mean, fucking preach. I don't know. I gave up a long time ago on expecting people to treat my art in any kind of, commercial or financial capacity. And maybe that did myself a disservice because I didn't really even try. But I just didn't have any faith in people paying me for something. But at the end of the day, yeah, it's like, breaking my back, doing some other weird jobs when we should be able to, have a stipend just to create in a perfect world, right? Whatever. Well, hopefully we'll get there. I don't know. Not anytime soon, though. Still got to pay rent. Still got to fucking see the doctor. Still got to make sure we are part of this vermin class, as Eric Millar puts it. Scurrying for whatever we can get. But there's hope, there's hope. If we keep the ecosystem, if we keep funding each other, if we keep throwing each other ways that we make sure our projects manifest, I don't think Kickstarter or GoFundMe necessarily is the way, but stuff like Patreon, if it wasn't Patreon by taking a large chunk, is a great idea. Is a great idea to get people to, pay a monthly stipend to, ensure that they trust you to create. And so here's money to, relax a little and continue to create. And hopefully, in the future, it'll be more economical to do so and wider spread. I don't have much faith in that, but I think I do have faith in, the faculties of the people that I surround myself with, supporting each other and making sure that, everyone's artistic visions come to light and are not out in the cold doing so. So we'll see. But let's see. Let's play. Let's play Dim the Sun. And I will be right back. I'm going to use the restroom real quick. You can't hear it, huh? I don't have it routed. Let's see. It's always something. Always something. Let's see. Desktop. We got Focusrite. Okay, loop back. Go back to OBS. Let me just play it in the background. We'll try this. Boop, 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 boop. There it is. Never seems more even the day. Now I'm older. Zero has a way to take away. Feel like Hey, Chuck. Where was I? Hey, Doo and Bonds Hoo. That'll never get old saying that name. Because I've got a second grade sense of humor. But thank you. I really appreciate you stopping by. And yeah, appreciate the solidarity and the struggle. I tend to try to not materialize it, because when I start to really go down the pathway of the greater scheme of what's happening, and you know, the greater how do I say this? The greater misalignment of people's purposes because of, you know, commerce and because of the capitalist structure of which we're in. It seems daunting, and it seems kind of unable to circumvent or transcend, and I refuse those feelings. You know, there's always a way out. Gotta source it and figure it out. So I appreciate you stopping by. But yeah, just checking out the album. This is just a temporary Bandcamp piece for it. That was Dim the Sun. This is funny. So this song, Seancer, was not going to be on it until last minute. There's a lot of parts of this record that just kind of materialized out of like true necessity. You know, adding a song here because of spirit in the moment, working in here, doing something, recording, and then it just kind of snowballs, and here's another song, and here's another song. Whereas songs like Centennial, you know, have Mary and I played it live, touring the Southwest. There's a version of it, you know. There's a version of it, actually. I could find it, too, on YouTube. That'd be fun to kind of check out, to show the genesis. Let's see, Dimming Room Sessions. Yeah, so here's Mary and I live. Yeah, there's the song. Let's see. We're gonna do. Yeah. Wow, it's changed a lot too. I think for the better, for sure. It's definitely different. I do want to put this recording, this live performance, I want to make and put it out through We the Hallowed Bandcamp. Like, I want to put it as part of that Moon Revel, me and Mary's kind of joint project, and have like an actual audio version of these recordings. And this is fun to like spelunk and see, you know, the genesis of a song, how it started. And for the first time in a long time, the songs really came from playing live and being kind of chained to how something is constructed through, you know, through very like pragmatic terms. If I couldn't perform it live, it didn't really, you know, didn't make it to the record. And then I got a little looser about that, you know, and started being able to like add and, you know, produce at the service of the song. Yeah, let's see. Where is it? Yeah. Dude, I don't know. I really like this version. summertime clothes. It's a technicolor day. It's not so different, but it's the vibe. It's a bit more dramatic and slower than what it's become, which is super interesting. Let's see. I've got to update this too. There's a better version. It's the Arizona Centennial. And I peek between the blinds at the bleach falcon there, summertime clothes. It's a technicolor day. A top of beige. I think it's much better now, but it's cool to see that genealogy. I specifically remember messing with the tempo, always feeling like live. It's usually you play quicker, just because I think the anxiety of performance like makes things quicker. But I've always played that slower, so that's interesting. Oh yeah, there's a question. Doo-Doo and Bonds who asks, what drives your music? Is it moments in time, made-up scenario, dreams, or whatever comes to your mind? All of the above. All of the above. This, for instance, this song specifically is about a really about my dark year in Phoenix during 2010. Which was coincidentally the year of the Arizona Centennial. So it had been a state for 100 years on the time that I was kind of stranded out there, because I originally went out for my sister's wedding from San Francisco, where I was living at the time, and ended up battling some drug addiction and getting caught out there and being the lowest of my low. And it's a song about that kind of confluence of, being in the one place I never wanted to be during its like happiest and most proud moment of its time. Otherwise, songs are all over the place. Yeah, all of the above. I think generally I used to be a bit more metaphorical and poetic and kind of think about writing to themes and ideas, and it wasn't until the last few years where I've just been more biographical and kind of mining from experience more than anything else, which you can only do if you've lived. Or if you've lived long enough, it's hard to pony up on a cachet of things to write about if you haven't quite experienced said things, I think. So before then, I would take more metaphorical kind of aims, lots of dreams, lots of conceptual fiction. They all kind of come from a kernel of somewhere. Lots of weird prophetic things. Like I remember there's a song I wrote called Damsel, which is a Dakota Slim song. And I remember writing it thinking it was about a girl at the time, and then hearing it back immediately after recording. It sounds like, oh, this doesn't sound like a love song. This sounds like a murder ballad, and which is really funny because that relationship or whatever totally burnt out and was not good. So it's almost like, if I had listened to what was coming through about how I was compartmentalizing or, refining an image of an experience in my head, if I listened to that and really took a back seat and, deconstructed what I was actually saying, it would reveal to me, deeper underlying, motivations and ideas. And so that's always fascinating to me. The ability to kind of simplify these really complex experiences and emotions into a linear kind of poetic song structure. And with that, this third mind happens where you have an observable outside of yourself view now, in almost like a critic or some sort of a observer effect study of what's actually happening, because you're trying to unscramble how you simplified and scrambled everything. But yeah, there's other things too on this album. There's 2 songs that are of a theme, O Pachita and Donde Jacobo. That's actually a 2-part thematic theme that it's kind of meant to sandwich thematically the idea of the album as a whole, which is concurrently about hauntomancy, specifically the second phase of hauntomancy, which relates a lot to the presence and somatic, of the body, presence, action, activated, just in the moment kind of experimentation and masks and trying things on and being experimental, being really of the time. And so Pachita, who is this bruja from Mexico, from I think they're pretty famous in the 70s, was a kind of was treated like a shaman, and people would go and visit her to, have her psychically cut out the cancer in their bodies. And, it seems pretty rudimentary, run-of-the-mill kind of charlatanism. However, there was this academic named Jacobo who quit academia when he was trying to research metaphysics, when he found Pachita, because he thought she was the real deal. Totally kind of threw him for a loop and restructured his entire existence. Everything that he thought he had known through the academic lens was topsy-turvy because of this, adorable little Mexican witch who would use kitchen utensils to psychically cut out cancers and tumors and things from, that people brought her, these issues that they brought her. And he was so convinced that she was the real thing that he quit everything kind of in service to study her. However, he ended up going missing. Pretty famously, it's almost akin to an Ambrose Bierce, famous, mysterious disappearances. So the album, I start with O Pachita. It's being kind of at my wit's end of skepticism And sometimes you just want this absurdity of, you know, kitchen sink psychic surgery to work, because you're just so at your wit's end and tired of deconstructing and being a skeptic about every little thing, that you're kind of in dire need of a magical moment. And then it, of course, wraps with Donde Jacobo, which is, you know, on the other end of that, where it's, you know, kind of you were so in service to someone else's kind of mysticism and metaphysics that, you know, you lost your way, you lost yourself, and in Jacobo's case, literally got lost. So that's, you know, the album begins with Centennial, which is a very honest, biographical, lyrical song, but it has all these other themes and stuff in it. You know, so yeah, it kind of just goes all over the place. It's a full spectrum. And if you listen to O Pachita and Donde Jacobo, they're essentially the same orchestration, same key, just radically different in overall kind of atmosphere and attitude. One a bit more up-tempo and a bit more kind of hopeful, and the other a bit more sparse and kind of unsettling and kind of post-punky. So this is O Pachita. Actually, I can play you what I filmed in here, which was a really silly. For the new year, I didn't have anything to kind of like. I'm always thinking in like social media terms. If I have to use these fucking you know, how do I put it? These slumlord fucking ghettos, you know, social media ghettos, run by technocratic fucking idiots. If, you know, everyone is using them, and the only way to kind of get things to people and to strangers that might be enticed to listen to you is to utilize these fucking, you know, digital ghettos and whatnot, like Facebook and other social media things, then I'm always trying to inject some like true analog kind of art within it, whether it's like, you know, live video projection stuff, completely original music. I'm always trying to, if I have to post it, I'm going to treat it like it's an art piece in and of itself. And so around New Year's, I decided to film a fun thing, and it was for the song O Pachita, and this is what it is. It's such a dude.
And I'm the person popping in a
Just stop and don't collapse. School fat and milk the life. They've gotta move the damn to know this, honey. Honey, when I would jump back to never jump in the living room. Don't make it hard. Don't make it harder. Don't make it harder than it already is to live. Oh, Conchita, use your psychic mind and sever, just sever the tethers, these ribbons and strangle my stride. Oh, Conchita, use your psychic mind. And sever, just sever these tethers, these ribbons and cause me this ride. Oh, Conchita, oh, Conchita, oh, Conchita. But anyways, you get the picture. So I'm always trying to do, that was a one-off. That's not supposed to be, the main visualizer for that song. But that song was so strange to me because it's almost poppy. It's like, that's why I jokingly filmed myself dancing, which is super weird to even say that out loud. I don't think I've ever done that before. But it worked with the song, and the song is so uplifting. Though, if you really listen to like the modal kind of movements and whatnot, it's a pretty eerie kind of song. And right here in Donde, this is its kind of answer, and what I was saying was like the adverse or kind of the come down from it, and it's a bit more post-punky, but it's essentially a lot of the same instrumentation, key, and whatnot. Yeah. What's up, Leo? Good to see you. I was just sharing the one of the songs on the new album. That one's O Jacobo. You might have known it as Obeya. It has since changed because it's actually part. I was just talking about how it's part of a kind of, two-piece with Opachita, and Opachita being earlier on the album, and this one being a bit later. Man, that was the one I just tried. So right now I'm trying to just get a new camera situated, and we're just kind of playing parts of the album as I'm raising some extra funds to get to a work trip, a last minute work trip that I was so thankfully able to schedule and get together. But because of the other work trip I just had, I basically spent a lot of my money that is going to be reimbursed at a later time. Long story short, I just need some money to get through the next couple of days and get back on my feet because I had to bail on this other job. And behind me, I've got Batman 1989 going on VHS. That's Joker dancing in the museum right now. Mixed with this camera. I don't know if you can see my hand. I can do this. You can probably see a little bit. I can mix it better. But it's this old RCA security camera that I love. That's a cathode tube camera that you can burn an image into, which is pretty neat, if not a little scary. And I did have this other camera set up that I'm just so perplexed as to why it's not working anymore. But leave it for a Keats, live stream for everything to fuck up and to work against me. No. It's a new era. Neptune is finally out of fucking Pisces. Last 14 years. Talk about, like employment strife or just income strife. I think for the last 14 years as I changed careers and did all this other shit. Come on, work. You son of a bitch. But it is the first day now with Neptune and Aries, and I'm feeling better. Having to raise a little money to get situated this week, but other than that, all signs are looking okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and give up on this other camera and say fuck it. Let's see if I can put, no, that'll cover the thing. I also, basically I set up my control booth that was in the other room for the dimming room. Went ahead and set it up in here. So this is, I've got the whole recording studio basically in this room now. And it's no more just kind of a live room in a place where I was doing, some other magic-y stuff. So, all right, well, that sucks about the other camera. Let's do this. So here, we've got that Droid Cam, smaller, but what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, just kind of walk around and show things. So this is kind of what I did last minute. This is my backup projector because the top one it overheats a lot. It's annoying, but it's a great projector. Once it overheats, I gotta let it do its thing. This is the backup one. That's what's showing you know, Batman 1989 and some other stuff that I'm hard mixing in my Videomancy kit. What's funny is I had some dim zoom footage and stuff that I was working on too, and this MacBook just went kaput. I can't wait till I can afford newer things that won't break down all the time. I'll never give up dead tech necromancy. I'll always be utilizing old technology and squeezing the everlasting love and whatever it's got left out of it, you know. But it was nice for a short time to have a laptop that, you know, didn't need a lot of elbow grease to get going. This is how I'm playing the Batman VHS. Oh, just missed him crashing through the screen. There he goes. This is the RCA security camera that I want to actually film some more stuff with. If I focus it, I wonder if yeah, see it moving in the background? That's me. Trying to focus it a little bit. And then I'll just continuously mess with it. We'll do this. Oh, yeah. So that's the other thing that I'm cutting into. There you go. I'll probably... But this is where... What I want to do with this album is basically I'm going to be capturing a lot more dimming room footage and splicing it in, performance videos. Soon, I'll get back to my live Audiomancy sessions and do some actual live music from here, which I started to today, and then it just got to be a little bit too much of a cluster because all of this was not in here until yesterday. All of this I just added. All of this used to be in the next room, which is in shambles right now. I don't even want to show it. It's got all stuff all over the place, which I feel bad about. Sorry, Mary. I'll clean it up, I promise. So now I got to figure out all the signal flow and everything. But the idea was to get everything back into one room in this dimming room and to be able to simultaneously, you know, produce and create music through the Dead Virgin Magic music box. I've got my MPC going. I was playing some songs earlier. You know, drum machines, all that good stuff. That's my friend's MPC he let me borrow, which I actually don't like as much as my real one. So that was funny to figure out that a nicer version doesn't work as well for me as my OG. But yeah, just be able to produce, record, film, stream, do it all in kind of one spot. And that's where I'm at here. Oh, shit. Almost in the process of probably dropping everything. Got a little screen for a little mixer. And got the major things here. What I'll do is on the Droid Cam, we can play some more of the record by adding another window capture. Boom. We'll do this. Transition. Let me do this. And we'll play another track from the album. But yeah, still, again, this album is not released yet. I'm showing you the behind the scenes Bandcamp right now. That's not even the album art. But I'm just showcasing the new album, trying to raise some funds to get me to my work trip this week. of which I'll probably go on for a little bit longer, play some more tunes, get back on camera. You know, I don't know, we're just kind of taking it easy, hanging out in the dimming room. I'll need to eat soon, in which case the fundraiser will always be fundraising, and I can post about it later and to sell this album. But yeah, this Aspector album from Revelator Rosz is for sale, but is not released. And here's another song. We'll do Disappear.
It's commonplace. You can move, you can rearrange my state. I dread the wonder about the cost of these divine summers. It won't make a scene. I'll keep it clean on the big black boy thunder. We can roll outside when the moon is right. 'Cause you can't trust a man. Don't trust the weather. We can party out the grounds if you know my name. It's just as grand, it's just a starting place. Unique component, don't you know my name? If you make, we can party out.
Oh, where'd it go? What in the half? What in the goop goop doop? Huh. Where did the song go? It just stopped. That's okay. We can do. Is this gonna work? No, all sound stopped. What the fuck? No. Oh, Mary's headphones. No. Why did you link them to the thing? No. Mary, your headphones, anytime you turn them on, is gonna usurp my stuff. That's hilarious. There it goes. Oh no. There we go.
Don't trust the weather.
This is just a reminder, just raising funds. The way to do that, if you can't see it on the bottom, that's because OBS is being stupid. There you go. The way to do that, if you want to purchase an album, you're listening to some of it right now. It's not released. It's not widely released, and you'll get a lot of extra goodies, and just trying to raise funds for gas and other such things to get to Seattle this week. So enjoy some more of the album. I'll be dicking around here in the dimming room and hanging with chat whenever opportunity presents itself.
As a way to take away, feel like I can hesitate much closer to his older. Nothing to remain but an unplugged brain of everything's fine. Death won't come, I feel it won't.
So that was Mary on the album, and also I think messing with her headphones. Yeah, you know what? I think we're good. How long have I been streaming? How long have we been doing this? I'm sure this is pretty boring. Which I can do more and a bit more focused now that this room is all set up. I want to thank Jonacide for the awesome donation. Thank you so much. I know that this was kind of a, just kind of shooting into the breeze, hoping for the best. I obviously wasn't expecting much and didn't really have a plan. So if you want this new record, I've got a new mastering version of it. You can Venmo me however much you want to provide or donate, and I'll send you the record and a bunch of other goodies. I also am continuously working on Videomancy stuff, which is kind of live video manipulation. As you saw behind me, it's Batman 1989 on VHS and some other things. I have to, right now, kind of get sorted to go to Seattle early tomorrow morning. I got to figure out how to get some gas and oil in the car and other things. And so, whatever donation anyone can muster, it doesn't matter how much it is. I will give you the album and a bunch of other goodies. And thanks for listening. This was kind of a, didn't really have a form or function of it. So hopefully I didn't ruin the album by playing bits of it or struggle bussing with technology as I want to do. But now that the dimming room is more focused literally into just this perimeter, I can really iron out signal flow and do some live stream donation kind of fundraising drives, which I'm going to have to do. But at least, outside of albums to sell and all of that, there can actually be some live performance aspects to it as well. But I need to get sorted for tomorrow, and I'm just kind of tired, and what are you gonna do? I have to figure some stuff out. So if you'd like an album, the ways to get this album is through the support links below on the stream. Otherwise, you can always message me. If you don't have anything and still would like an album, the fact that you're that interested makes me want to give you one. Reach out, and I'd love to give you one. Outside of that, please stay tuned. There's going to be a lot this week. There's going to be some new... I'll have the CW Chanter, just the raw podcast and video out that's somewhat fixed. And more info about this album. I have some other things I'm going to do with it. Lots of Videomancy oriented video things. So thanks for hanging with me today. If you are watching this, thanks for listening. Hopefully you got some insight into how I operate with the MPC and the 4-track, and how this room really is kind of a battle station on how I create and work with everything. But other than that, I've got to figure out how I'm gonna survive this week. So I'm gonna go do that. Big love to everybody.